Welcome to toy-polloi. Parental guidance. This video contains scenes of Lego destruction.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and today we're going to be starting to restore this vintage Action Man Solar Hurricane. Now this was very kindly donated to me recently by Simon Rhodes, and it's a toy that I remember having as a child, and I wanted to get one again in my collection so that I could get it all sort of fixed up because it's just such a lovely item. Now some of you may recognise this if you collect the $6 Million Man, because this is just a recast of the Bionic Mission vehicle. Palitoy took that mould, recast it in some different plastic and put some different stickers on it to make it the Action Man Solar Hurricane, so it's quite a sort of recognisable toy. Now this does need a little bit of work to get it up and running. There's quite a few sort of things that we need to fix and actually need to sort of fabricate from scratch because they are missing. The basic vehicle is here and it does actually work. The electronics work on it, but there's a little bit of damage to some of these wings. There's some pegs missing, you can see here, that hold it in place, so those need to be repaired. The actual main clips are in pretty good sort of working order, so those don't need fixing, but we've got to replace those clips to get them working. There are some ejectable pods that are supposed to go here, and those are missing, and we've not been able to find some of those. So we have these which come off another of the Action Man vehicles, the Action Man Space Speeder, and I'm going to use those to sort of make new versions of those. Simon sort of mentioned that Lego, as is always, is the perfect fix for these things, and if we use a Lego axle like this, we can actually make a replacement rod that fits into these launchers. See, that fits in quite nicely. So I'm going to use these two bits to make some replacement sort of ejectable pods for the Solar Hurricane. It's also missing the nose cone here, and we're going to have to sort of make that from scratch using some styrene sheet, but so it should be possible to do that. The clip on this hatch at the back is broken, so I've got to work out a way of making that. There's also stickers to put on it, which we already have. I think that's possibly it. It's quite a sort of lot of work. It needs first though to have a good clean, so that's what I'm going to do. Because it has electronics in it, I'm not going to dunk it in water. I'm going to just use a toothbrush with some hot soapy water on it, sort of work my way around and clean everything off and make sure that it's nice and clean, because it's got a lot of dust and dirt on it. Being an old toy like this, you would expect that. There's also a little bit of rust on the rear axle. If I just lift this up, you can see that there's a rust on there, and also if we look inside, let's just take the seat back out, you can see there's rust on the axle, so we'll just clean that up just to make sure it's sort of nice and tidy. But then once that's all done, we can start to work sort of constructing and repairing it. So first thing, let's give this a good clean. Okay, so everything's had a good clean out and it's looking a lot nicer. I like to clean every toy that I get sent in because you never know sort of what is stuck to it, what sort of grease and germs, I suppose, at this time at the moment. Yeah, just giving it a good wash makes everything feel a lot better, and it means you can sort of learn a bit more about the toy as well as you go. You see sort of bits that are broken and areas that need fixing. So now that this is clean, the next thing I want to do is actually deal with just the little bits of rust that are on this wheel axle. You can see here there is some rust. I don't want to make these look sort of really mint and brand new. I just want to take the sort of the rust off of them. So what we're going to do is we can take all the pieces out of this vehicle, because again, once inside, you can see, although you can't see these pieces sort of when the vehicle is put together, it's nice to get them all cleaned up. So we've got a bit of rust there. That is actually hidden by the wings, and then there is a bit of rust on the main axle there. To remove the rust on this little sort of axle stud here, I'm going to be using one of these. This is a glass fibre contact cleaner. You can pick these up off eBay very cheaply. It's lots of pieces of glass fibre tightly packed together, and it gives a mildly abrasive sort of tip to this pen. All you've got to do is rub it over the rusty parts and sort of keep working around, and it will take off the rust. It's a fairly sort of quick thing to do. It's very good to have these in stock if you're doing fixes on toys, because quite often contacts, battery contacts and that, are covered in rust and grime, and this is what you use to clean them. I'm just going to go around this little stud and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done, and it should make quite a big difference to it. Now you do need to be careful when working with these. Make sure not to get any of these tiny bits of fibre sort of on your skin or in your eyes, because they really do sting. They stick right into the skin and it's quite painful. So be very careful when sort of cleaning up after sort of working with one of these. Make sure not to get any onto your skin. So there you go, I've just wiped it away with a slightly damp cloth just to catch all of those bits of glass fibre. You can see that's made quite a big difference. It no longer looks rusty. I don't want this to be perfect. I don't ever like my sort of restorations to make things look too new. I prefer them to have a little bit of age to them, but I think that just looks a lot better. You can see, if I turn it around, I've done the other side as well, so that one is now a little bit shinier. Now for the inside, you can see here that the axle, again, is just a little bit rusty. We could do it with this, but that would take an awful long time. So I'm going to get some very fine grit sandpaper and just use that to do the same process, just sort of rub over it, and it will take most of that sort of rust away. Not sure if you can see in there, but certainly I've removed a large portion of the rust on that. It's not perfect, but it's going to do the job. As I say, all of these parts are actually hidden by the time we put this vehicle together. Once I put the seat back in, you can't actually see that. So these are just sort of me doing little cleanups just for the sake of it. But I think certainly on those hubcap top pieces, it looks a lot better. Right, now let's get on to fixing another part of this vehicle. The next thing to fix is actually going to be quite a nice simple one. On these wings that detach from either side, you can see they're held on by this clip here, this sort of ring here that goes around the wheel, and then there's a tiny little stud on the bottom sort of back corner of it. On this one, that has snapped off, so this wing is a bit loose and we need to replace that stud. You can see here on the back of the Solar Hurricane there's a tiny hole, and as luck would have it, you'll find with a lot of these things that Lego is the answer. And here we have, this is a black Lego antenna. I've sort of had a rummage of my little pot of Lego pieces, always useful pieces in here, and this black Lego antenna just happens to fit absolutely perfectly in the hole on the back of the Solar Hurricane, so we are going to use that to make a replacement little peg. All we need to do is drill a hole that's the matching size to this, and these are standard size, so these are 3mm, and the plastic that both of these things have been sort of made out of, this nice hard plastic, and the sort of slightly bendier plastic of the Lego work incredibly well with plastic weld, and you've seen me use this in multiple videos. So this is a bottle of plastic weld. If you want to get some for yourself, look for plastic weld cement. That's generally what it's called. So what we do is we drill a hole, we insert a small piece of this in, and then we use plastic weld to hold it in place, and that should work nicely. So I have a 3mm drill bit here in my pin vise. I'm going to drill this hole, I'll chop a bit of this to size, and we'll get the wing reattached to the Solar Hurricane. So that is now a good tight fit. You can see I can just push that through the hole. I didn't want to make the hole too big, so you have to go sort of quite slow just to make sure it's a nice tight fit. What I can do now, a pair of plastic nippers, I'm just going to cut off a small amount of this. Because the inside of this doesn't need to be particularly neat, I'm going to cut it a little bit long, like so. And then I can just push this in, and I'm going to use the unbroken one as a guide, but you can actually see it's probably only about 3mm, so it sticks out. So if I push this in, and I'll sort of get this lined up so it's about the right length, that's looking quite good. Then I'm going to drop a little bit of plastic weld around. You can see I've pushed that too far now. It's alright, because we can actually get in the back of this. Just use something to push that out. Yeah, there you go. I think that's about right. So I'll put a bit of plastic weld around that, just let that go off. Then we can reattach these wings. Now the plastic welder's had time to dry, we can fit this wing back on. If these clips break, it's sort of something you could actually make out of polystyrene sheets and some plastic weld as well. You wouldn't have to make something that complicated, but you could easily make something and fit it into this. As I say, this plastic works particularly well with plastic weld. It really does glue quite nicely. So to fit this, we have to squeeze the wing together slightly. You'll see that these little clips here, if you squeeze them, they do go together a bit, and that helps you being able to insert that into the body of the ship. So we'll squeeze that in. That should clip in, and then hopefully this little peg that we have added at the back will line up as well, which it does, and there you go. So that wing is now nice and firmly held on. It's amazing what a difference that small peg does actually make to this wing. It's sort of loose and floppy without it, so you have to add that to it. But there you go, that is the wing reattached. The Solar Hurricane should have two ejectable pods that sort of sit either side of the cockpit. There are holes here that you can see that are the launchers, and you can hear it fire if I pull that tab. Now these fit on using a piece that is exactly like a piece of Lego. So this is a Lego axle. I'll put the exact piece number here on the screen so you can see. And we're going to use this to construct a new pod. So you can see I can drop that in. If I push that down, the firing mechanism locks in place, and if I fire it, I just hold my hand here so I can catch it. You can see it fires it out with quite some force. Now the pods themselves are proving very hard to find, so I've not been able to find a sort of an original one or original two to put on this Solar Hurricane. So what we're going to use is this, which is another sort of engine from another Action Man vehicle called the Space Speeder. These are actually sort of fairly easy to find, or certainly a lot easier than these pods are, and were featured on a couple of different vehicles in different sort of colours. This one is made out of a grey plastic, which just happens to match the grey plastic of this vehicle, but you get them in black as well. So we're going to be using this to construct a new pod using this and this bit of Lego and one other piece of Lego, and we can make something that does the job quite nicely. And if in future I happen to find some of the original pods, I can take this off and I should be able to take out these modifications that I'm going to make to it and return this to its original use. It can go back on the Space Speeder, but let's modify this and get it fitted to the Solar Hurricane. This should actually be quite a simple sort of modification, because the idea I've got is to insert this in here. I might have to cut the end of the bit of Lego off a little bit just to make it easier to fit in. I'm going to have to do that now because it really just doesn't want to. So you can see at the end of this Lego piece there's a little plate. I'm going to just trim off the sides of that plate so that it's a little bit thinner like that. You can see I've now sort of taken the edges off it. That should fit inside. So the idea is that we're going to take this and we're going to stick it inside here. We need it facing so that the X is sort of lined up nice and neatly with everything sort of lined. You don't want it at an angle because then it won't sit properly in the Solar Hurricane. Got to line it up like that. So I'm going to stick this in place here using some plastic weld. I will liberally soak this end with plastic weld so it gets nice and soft. I'll push this in and stick it down, and I'm going to put a little bit more plastic weld around this area here just to sort of stick it in place. And then we're going to add an extra bit of support because I don't think that's going to be quite strong enough. We're going to use this piece of Lego, which I think is called a bush. I'll put the number again at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to slide one of these down the axle. I'm going to modify the end a bit so that it sits a lot flusher to the grey plastic, and then we'll plastic weld that around the edge here as well. So it'll be plastic welded at the bottom, sort of about here, and then quite a lot around the top there. And I think that will make a nice firm fitting, and then we can test fit this into the Solar Hurricane and see how sort of far we can fire it. But first thing to do is we're going to stick this bit in place and let that set before we add the bush on top of it. Good old plastic weld again. This does seem to work particularly well with both Lego and the plastics used on the Action Man vehicles. So I've got my brush here. I'll get a nice load of plastic weld on the end. And I'm going to put quite a lot on this because I sort of want it to go a little bit soft. It does evaporate very quickly, so the more we put on, the better. So you can see I've got a sort of drop of it on there. I'm going to push that through the hole, and I want to line it up so it's straight like that, and hopefully it will start to melt the plastic on the inside of this engine, and just enough to hold it in place. And then once it's starting to sort of sit a bit, I can put more plastic weld on and we'll get it all held in place firmly. That working? Starting to. So again, what I'm going to do is a little bit of plastic weld just here, just so we can stick that top piece in. It's all a bit sort of loose and floppy at the moment. That will change as we go. Okay, so that's looking quite straight. Now my plan is get a lot on the brush, and I'm going to go through that gap and drop some around the bottom. Yeah, that's working. I can see it. You can just about see in there if you sort of angle the light right. Right, that's looking good. That should now melt it. We'll let that set, and in the meantime we can modify this piece of Lego so that it sits sort of flush onto the top there, and then we'll plastic weld that in place as well. I'm just going to modify this little piece of Lego with a plastic nipper so that it's got a slight sort of angle in it. You can see there that the surface is not flat, so we need to sort of cut a notch out of one side. I don't believe that should be too hard to do. This Lego plastic is very easy to work with, as I've shown before. I think I should be able to just sort of nip this down and we'll get something that does the job. Yeah, I think that it will do the job. You can see it's now sort of touching all the way around. That's what we wanted, just to add that extra bit of support here at the top. So again, I'll get some plastic weld on a brush and just brush that around, make sure everything is sort of nice and stuck. And here is the end result. It's actually looking pretty good. The peg is glued in very nicely. So let's test this on the Solar Hurricane. We'll clip that in place and we can fire it out. Ooh, yeah, that works really well. So I think that's quite a nice fix there, using another bit of an Action Man vehicle and some Lego to make two of these ejectable pods. And that's it for this part of the restoration. We've managed to get quite a lot done, and the Solar Hurricane is certainly looking a lot more complete. In part two, we are going to build a new nose cone that clips on the front there. We'll also fix the clip for holding the cockpit in place and sort out some replacement stickers, because without that it does look like quite a bare vehicle. In the meantime, maybe I'll come across some of these ejectable pods and I can actually replace those with originals. And there's also a box that's supposed to sit behind the driver's seat there, which I've yet to find as well. So those are things that I can sort of continue to look for in the future. Even though if I don't get them for this restoration, the vehicle's still going to look nice without them. I hope this video has been of interest to you. If it has, then hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.